Hi everybody, it's Christy here. I wanted to take the opportunity to share with you how I have been planning our 2015-2016 homeschool year. So, to give you a little bit of history, I am a mom of three. I have an almost 5-year-old, a just 3-year-old, and an almost 1-year-old. And so we'll be starting the Waldorf Essentials kindergarten curriculum coming this September. And when I first started kind of looking into this, of course it's overwhelming trying to pick a curriculum, but then it's kind of complicated trying to figure out how it's all going to work. So I just wanted to share with you what worked for me. So basically, and I'm going to recommend some sort of calendar. Now, if you're using Waldorf Essentials, I know that Melissa and Eric, who own Waldorf Essentials, do have, I believe, some PDF planning pages. I haven't used those and I haven't taken a good look at them, so that's definitely an option if you don't have a planner, you don't want to go buy one, whatever it may be. I already had one, so I'm going to do the best I can with the one I have and try to make it work for me. So, basically, with Waldorf Essentials, and I'm sure with any curriculum, it's going to be important for you to read through it several times to make sure that, that you familiarize yourself with the content and what you're going to be teaching. Now, with kindergarten and Waldorf, you may or may not know that there's no formal instruction. So typically, it's mostly stories, it's crafts, it's art, it's play. It's mostly play. That's really kind of what we want the focus of childhood to be. Specifically before the age of 7, we want our children to play and explore and use their imagination and creativity. So this is really just a guide for parents, I feel like, to kind of help, get us ready for formal instruction, but also, I think in today's age, at least for me, it feels weird not doing anything. Now, I don't mean not doing anything. I have 3 small children. Of course, I'm doing things every day, all day. But what I mean is that, a lot of families are at, 2 and 3 and 4 are drilling ABCs and math and letters and sounds. And so you're in this society and you're feeling the pressure. I'm feeling the pressure of, when are they going to preschool? Oh, do they know their numbers? How far can they count? Can they recognize sounds? Are they reading yet? And everyone, of course, is, well-meaning. But I think as a society, we kind of feel this overall, or at least I feel this overall pressure that, my kids should have been reading a year ago, And so in my mind, when moms are thinking, what can I be doing? What can I be doing? I don't want to start formal instruction, but are there things I could be doing to enhance their creativity and their imagination and their natural learning through home, at home, more than just what we're already doing? And so I feel like the Waldorf Essentials curriculum kind of offers that. It's very gentle, it's very sweet, but it gives us that feeling like we're doing something. Does that make sense? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, that's how I feel. So this curriculum is for the 4 and 5-year-old, and then this curriculum can actually be used for the next year because typically children don't start formal instruction until they're 7, sometimes 6, but sometime around 6 or 7. So this can be used for 2 years in a row before you start the grades. Anyway, back to where we were going with the planning. So you're going to want to read through your curriculum. Now, I imagine with any curriculum, although I guess I can't speak for any other than the one that I'm using, there's some sort of rhythm. Especially when you're looking at Waldorf in general, there's rhythm to everything. Now, we have a family rhythm, and while it's something obviously still a work in progress, and I'm sure with small children, especially around this age, it can be very difficult to kind of keep things going. And at least my personality, I like to change things up. And so for me, establishing a rhythm was one step at a time. It started with soup day. We always had soup. And then it started as, having colors of the week, and we just kind of started adding things until we finally had a rhythm. Now, I did take Waldorf Essentials Rhythm Bootcamp. I would recommend it for anyone. It's only $1, and you can sign up. It's a 5-week course, and it's very, very helpful. Anyway, so I already have a rhythm established. So when I got the curriculum and I read through it and I saw that rhythm, it was really difficult at first for me to try to figure out how to marry the two. But with the help of Melissa and of course our lovely friends on Facebook, you know, everyone kind of helped remind me as I'm having a panic that we get to relax and enjoy this, and we don't have to be so rigid, and that we can make it work however it works best for our family as long as it works for us. So yeah, all right, so you've got your curriculum. Now for me, I use, like I said, I had a planner already, so this is the planner I'm using. This is just an Erin Condren Life Planner. You don't need anything this fancy, you just need a planner. I would recommend one with a monthly spread and a weekly spread. In my opinion, the weekly spread is obviously the most helpful because you're planning week by week or a couple weeks out, and you need the space to be able to write or keep the information that you're going to want to save for those specific days that you're going to be teaching. All right, so I'll just show you a quick example of what a monthly spread looks like. So here is September, okay, and you can see I've already, well, maybe you can't see, but I have already marked out the first day of school right here. And then a weekly spread looks a bit like this. Now your weekly spread may look different because you might not have this planner. You're probably looking at something else, but mine looks like this. And it has each day going this way, and it goes down. So it's morning, afternoon, and evening, and it goes down this way. Now I don't typically use it this way. Right now I'm using it for like chores, appointments, and then stuff I want to do for me when I'm not with my kiddos. So that's how I use my planner. Sorry about that. But when we're looking at planning, I recommend these little removable stickers. Now, there are bigger sheets of removable stickers that you could cut any size you wanted to, or if you want to get fancy and spend time on that. These are just, now this one I've just colored, but these are just little stickers, and they're repositionable, so I can stick it and then realize, that's not going to work for us, and I can peel it off and move it. So what I've done is for each week, I've gone through and I have marked down what the handwork is, what the painting exercise-ish will be, if there's a recipe that we're going to be baking, or something special we're going to be doing, field trip, an activity, something that I want to add to the nature table, or something I want the kids to be doing. I've put it on one of these repositionable stickers, and then I've placed it in my planner on the day that I think we're going to do it. So because I already have a rhythm, so like for us, Monday is soup day. So if perhaps there is a recipe that goes along with a story that we're learning about or reading, then I will try to do you know, that soup recipe on the first day of the story or on Monday. Or what I might do is, because we typically bake on Friday, then I will save, like if it's a special bread or something, or it's canning or it's something like that, then I'll save it for that particular day. That's kind of my hope. We'll see how it goes. So let me just show you what I've done here in the first week. So this is the first week, okay? And what I've done along the side is I've listed out the nature tables. Now, for us, the nature table is going to be rotating, and so I marked it down so I would remember the order in which it goes until I get a habit of that. And then I've listed what I think we can add to the table that week. So it may be a field trip, we go to get something that'll go on the nature table, or maybe it'll just be on our nature walk this week, we're gonna go look for this. But I wanted to make sure I had it written down so that when I'm looking and planning for my week of all the activities we're going to be doing, or just the life I have to lead, right, that we don't forget to do that. The other thing is I've included this Post-it note here that says plan for next week. because I feel like every week I should be planning also for the next week. Now, obviously, I need to be in the moment with my kids each week, but I also want to make sure that I'm looking ahead so that I know what I need to be doing to prep for next week. So if there's something that I need to buy, you know, for 2 weeks out, then I need to make sure that I do that. Or if it's something that, oh, you know, I wanted to make sure that we scheduled a field trip, let me check the hours of the zoo or whatever it may be, then I have a space to do that. And the other thing was, you'll see I have the little circles here, and those are listed. So like, for me, handwork is on Tuesdays, so we've got all of the craft projects that we'll be doing on those specific days. Okay. Then the last things that, all right, so the last thing I did, so basically I've listed out what we want to do for the nature table. I've listed out the activities for the week based on our rhythm. I have the post-it to prepare for the following week. Now the last thing that I added, and we'll see how well it works, is I added, do you know the little page protector sheets? And they make them in small versions. Excuse me. So if you've ever seen one of these small notebooks, and they make these little tiny, I say tiny, they're not that tiny, but they make these page protectors that are small. I modified one to fit inside my coil in my planner. So let me just show you. Basically, it has these little, oh, I don't know if you can see it. They call them coil clips, but this isn't. I just made one. And it's a page protector. And what I've done is I've written out the story for the week. And that helps me make it to memory. So the idea is that I will try to memorize the story. Now, I'm not going to be perfect all the time, but that's my intention. So I've written out the story for easy reference, easy review, so that I can memorize it. And then on the back side, I have inserted the recipe for the week. So like in our curriculum, there are several recipes that are offered. Now, there are some that I know my family won't enjoy. So I'm going to use something else that we have. So I'm going to make sure that I modify that and I have it ready so that inside my planner, which I live by, I literally have my entire week's activities planned out with these little dots, and then I have my story inserted here along with my recipe. I have each one marked as like week 1, week 2, week 3, etc. Now, of course, you know, there are things I'm still probably going to need to refer to, you know, to my big printout. But my hope is that, you know, having something at a glance for me very easy. You know, this is several hundred pages, right? So it's going to take a lot of time and effort to sort through. And, you know, I suppose, you know, you could just hole punch this and stick it in a binder and reference it, use flags and tags and post-its and whatever. But for me, I wanted to reconcile it with the rest of our lives that we're going to be doing, as well as our already established rhythm. So I hope that is helpful supplies that I needed to make sure that I had ready for a craft. I listed them out on a post-it as well. So if I know that I'm going to be making, you know, I'm going to be knitting, I need to make sure I have knitting needles and yarn, obviously. But I didn't want to wait until the morning of and then go, oh gosh, where, I don't know where any of that stuff is. It's in some box somewhere out in the garage, or, you know, whatever. So that was another thing that I did, was I put a post-it note on the week listing out the supplies that I would need for that particular craft. So I hope you find this helpful. I hope it gives you some ideas, and if you have any questions, definitely reach out and let me know. And I hope you all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.